This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. So what we discussed in our last session, can anyone give me a brief for 3 to 5 minutes?
Explained about web services.
Okay. Yes, please tell me. Someone should respond.
Yeah, talk about the web service requires non-conformer and validation. So this part of web service we use.
So Mike, are you using your earphones or headphones or a system audio?
I was still using my microphone.
I think there is no clarity in your voice from yesterday. That's what I have given a feedback also yesterday.
So can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but there is no clarity in your voice.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah, but yeah, I try to use phone, but I don't have.
I'm getting some echo in your voice.
Okay.
So anyone, please go ahead, guys.
This is breaking.
Pardon?
Hi sir, Tawfiq is here.
Yeah, Tawfiq.
Yes sir, regarding MuleSoft 4.3 version we had last class, it was regarding 4.3, like 4 means Mule version, like latest version we are using.
That is the demo.
And then
That is the demo. Yesterday there was one more session in between. You not attended, guys.
oh, sorry. Okay.
Yesterday one more
Yesterday,
session was.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yesterday
Yeah,
we
please
discussed about ESB, the loose coupling and the logical coupling, and where this fits into the ESB part.
Okay. We understood about an ESB, how an ESB works?
Not yet fully. Waiting for today's class. Maybe I'm expecting that you can expand a little bit on this part.
No, ESB is done.
But I didn't
ESB
get
part
that.
is done. Where you didn't understand?
As I said, I didn't receive any video, but
I have not received the video.
Yesterday I checked it.
No. Sujit, nobody received. I also not received. See, when you explained, okay, we need some video or something to go through, right? Okay. Just to recap.
Oh, that's what. Is it not given to you? At least you would
I
have
haven't
WhatsApp me,
received
right?
your views, even not in the documents.
At least you would have WhatsApp me at least. Shit.
No, I asked you, you said you're working with someone, right, to arrange this. Yesterday I called itself, so I don't want to.
After that, you might have asked me at least, right? I thought I have already given the link, demo link only, and that same link it will be updated. But that link only not given to you, no? I'm doing right now. Okay, please check your mail IDs. Just give me a minute. So what is an ESB? What you understood from yesterday's session, at least tell me that. Forget about loose coupling and logical coupling. What you understand from the ESB?
Sorry, Chudit.
Communication.
Come again, please.
Communication between two systems, two applications. Sujit.
Web service. What is a web service?
It's an interface which enables service between two applications to talk each other.
Okay, but I mean ESB also the same.
Okay.
So 4 marriages I sent videos. Can you please check and confirm whether you receive a link?
I just
Check
received,
it.
Sujit.
Yeah. 2 videos are there. 8th and 9th videos. Okay. So see, I will try to explain this picture again, and I will show the real-time example as well, since many people are not able to understand this part. What is our client name? Johnny getting background noise. Johnny getting background noise. Johnny. Yeah. So what is our application name?
Smart Matrix.
It's a SmartBricks, right? It's a SmartBricks. Okay. Okay. What type of site it is?
Web application.
It's an
E-commerce web application.
not an e-commerce one. It's a comparison site. Amazon is an e-commerce application. Flipkart is an e-commerce application, right?
Understood.
It's like
Understood.
comparison site, right? So what is our requirement here? He asked me to develop. In the sense, I am right now acting as a web developer. He asked me to develop a web application for that. Okay, and his requirement is simple. He want to display all the information about the about the particular product from each and different applications like Amazon, Flipkart. He want to gather the response and he want to display it in one format, right? So when any of the user walk into his website, and if you type for any of the product details like iPhone, okay, 11. If you click on a search button, what is the first requirement? The request should go to all the applications concurrently. Whatever the application they are integrating, that application should go to the applications concurrently, and they will give some response back. Yes or no? They are giving some response back. Yes, right? Guys, you need to respond. Please respond.
Yes, Sujit.
Otherwise, I can't understand whether we connected or not. Please respond, someone. I can't check the GoToMeeting frequently. He will come back again, right? Please respond. So when the client sends a request, the request should go concurrently to all the e-commerce applications, and you want to get the data. So how to integrate with the different applications? Where I can write the logic? If I write the logic in the web application, it will be very big concept, right? So what they will do as a web developer, he will think, is there any ready-made such kind of a library where it contains some integration logic to connect with the applications, right? So they will outsource such integration logic to some third-party vendors like a Mule, TIBCO, many ESBs, right? Assume that we are using a Mule application. They will outsource that integration logic to ourselves. Okay, they are giving some requirement. According to the requirement, we are going to connect with the third-party application, and we are going to transform the logic, and we will giving that response back to the client. Okay, so in this case, what is the requirement? Whenever any user walk into his website and he click on a search button, the request is going to all the applications concurrently through our service, through our ESB, Enterprise Service Bus. So what that Enterprise Service Bus contains? First, see, I'm just told some few components here what we write in a ESB, but much more than that. Okay, for a simple understanding purpose, to make you to understand ESB, I have given a very simple components here. First, what is a component? In order to listen HTTP request, we require in Mule we call that as a HTTP listener, which will listen for the request. Okay, and it will transform the request to next component. What is the next component here? In order to send the request concurrently to all the applications, I use the router, which will send the request to all the applications, and it will gather the response also, right? In Mule, that router called as scatter gather router. Okay. Next, what? Once it gathers the response, I'm just transforming the data into a single response. That means I'm converting that data from the different applications into a single array. What logic I will write? In transformer, I may write some logic. That means I may use the data view expressions to concatenate all the three responses into a single response. And that response, what I have written, I want to convert into JSON format. That JSON format is given back to the client. And if you click on any product detail, are you able to see the product details from different applications? Yes, Amazon, Flipkart, Tata Click, all, right? In this Amazon application, we have 48,999 INR. Flipkart, it may be of some other, right? But do you think that in Amazon application also, this 48,999 is tagged to price only? And Flipkart also, it is tagged to price? In different application, the format will be different. In Amazon, maybe this 48,999 is mapped to rate tag. In Flipkart, it may be a cost tag, right? So what the integration logic we have done, we got the exact data and we extract the value and we map that value to my own field, price field. That is my client requirement. That's what we are doing in the ESB. That is the transformation logic. That data will be given to the presentation layer. That means he will display what is the color, what is the font, everything will be displayed the presentation layer. Now I understood what is an ESB here. Any service which is using a bus framework and which is used at an organization level, organization means enterprise, at an enterprise level, that bus is nothing but an enterprise service bus. Understood?
Yes, Sujit.
Everyone understood?
Yeah. Yes.
So no one is responding. Please respond, guys. Only one or two.
Well, got it.
Got it? Okay.
Yes, well, got it.
What is an orchestration? What is an orchestration? Anyone having any idea about orchestration? Yes, no?
I think
No.
orchestration is the top layer level of the code, not like so much deep into the transformation messages.
Okay, technically maybe correct, but okay, I will put it in a very simple way. Anyone aware? Anyone want to give any idea about orchestration?
Typical music orchestration, nothing but everyone is performing the same thing to collectively get the real output.
To organize, or everyone in sync.
Sync. I mean, someone use a word called sync. Right?
Yes.
Maybe it's kind of automated configuration.
What is that? What is that, Muswami? Okay, let me talk. So everyone know about a musical orchestra. Yes,
Same
sir?
thing like a synchronization with the other system. Maybe you create one system, then it will be automatic. Yes.
Everyone aware of musical orchestra? Yes or no? In your life, you might have seen about orchestras, right? Can you please name few musical instruments in that orchestra? Three.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Three instruments.
Saxophone,
Guitar,
drums.
xylophone.
Guitar, xylophone. Okay, three. Can you please tell me if they play the music on their own, are they going to get some structured music or random music?
Drums.
Are we going to get some structured music or a random music? Yes, guys.
Structure music. Yeah, structure music.
If they play the music on their own, we will be getting a structured music. Huh? It's a random music, right? How do we get a structured music here? It's a random music, right? So in order to get some structured music, what is an idea?
Someone should collect this music and do something.
That means
A
they need
plan.
to follow some instructions.
Yes.
Okay. Assume that this rectangular box is nothing but an
Yes.
instructor. You might have seen the instructor in front of the orchestra is giving some instructions, is waving his hands. According to they will play and they will be getting some structured music, right? Right? Assume that this rectangular box is an
Correct. Yes.
instructor. Instructor, right? Now, the same logic applied here. These are the different applications. Okay. This instructor is my mule application. Now, when client gives some request here, I will configure one component which will read this request and knows how to invoke a service one, right? And service one will execute some logic and return some value. That response type is X example, right? Actually, ultimate output from this application, I want Z as a output type. So to achieve that, I'm writing this logic. So first, whenever he is giving a request, it is invoking the service one, and service one will execute some logic according to the input and will respond in some format called X. That response will keep it in a queue. Again, I will configure one more component here, which will read this X as an input and invoke service 2. Service 2 will execute some logic here and give some response called Y. Now I have original response X and I have this response called Y, but Y can be stored in some variable. Assume that Y is stored in some variable. Now I'll keep that response in some internal memory queue again, and I will configure one more component which will read this as an input and invoke service 3, and service 3 is giving some response called Z, right? So at the end of the application, what is the response? Z is a response. That response will be given back to the client. So what I'm doing here, what you observe from this picture? What you observe? Yes, yes. What type of logic you observed here?
Same ESB.
Pardon? What is
Same
it?
ESB concept, right?
ESB. Okay. Assume that this rectangular box is an ESB. Very good. Okay. But what is the concept?
Logical.
ESB. Okay.
Logical coupling. Logical coupling.
You come out of that logical coupling and use coupling. That is different. Leave it. What is this concept here?
Concept. You
It's still
mean
there
to say
only.
orchestration?
Yes. What is that? See, am I not coordinating with the multiple services to get the desired output? Right? Where I'm writing that logic in this mule application as an instructor, right? Am I not? See, is it not a process of coordinating with the multiple services to get a desired output? Yes or no?
Yes.
Where I have written that logic?
Mule application in the mule. ESB.
Actually, in a mule application, as I told, right? In mule application, this logic, what type of logic? What is the logic here? What type of logic it is? Yeah. Is it not an orchestration logic? Where I write this in orchestration logic, I said it's a mule application. In mule application, we will call the rectangular box as a flow, right? In flow, what is the logic I have written?
Orchestration.
Right? Assume that you have created one flow. Assume that you have created one flow. So each flow contains what logic? Just now I told. Each flow contains what logic?
Orchestration logic.
Orchestration logic.
So
Right.
we'll have multiple flows
Where we can write a flow?
in mule application.
No.
Of course, in a mule application, but in something called XML file. Mule
Fine, okay.
configuration XML file. So where we create these XML files? Now you can tell. Under the Mule project,
Yes, we-
Mule application. Where these Mule applications can be created and where we can define the logic.
Any points to do?
Any points?
Any
Right.
points?
Okay.
Service.
Now, how many XMLs we can create under a Mule application? Is there any cap? A number.
Any number
How
of
many flows we can create in an XML file? A number, right?
Number.
So based on this picture, can you please tell me what is the hierarchy of a Mule application?
flows. First, we have to create flow. Then in that, we need to create one XML file where we need to define flows and orchestration logic.
Perfect. That means, in your statement, it is correct. Yeah. Any other statements about what is a Mule? What is a Mule?
Integration.
What is the hierarchy? What is the hierarchy of a Mule application? Yes, yes.
Sorry?
What is the hierarchy of a Mule application? You can see in the picture and tell me. Mule is not a set of XMLs. Yes, right?
Yes.
Mule application is a set of XMLs, right?
Yes.
Which each XML contains what? Such flow definitions. We'll call that as a flow definition, right? Each flow contains what?
Orchestration logic.
Orchestration logic. So Mule is a set of XMLs which contains such flow definitions. Each flow contains orchestration logic. Simple, right? Now assume that you create a Mule application and you created a flows. Now where these flows can be written? That means where there's not written, where that flows can be run. Assume that this is a Mule application and flows.
Mule runtime something, right?
Exactly. So where we can run this Mule application, this Mule application, there is one application called Mule runtime. What is the version of a Mule runtime we are using?
4.3.
4.3.
4.3. So this Mule runtime can be hosted in a different ways. So those are called deployment strategies. So how many ways we can deploy your application?
in
What are the
cloud,
deployment strategies?
on premises,
On premise.
cloud services, cloud
Okay.
services,
Okay, cloud. What else?
hybrid,
There is hybrid model. What else? Runtime fabric. Okay, these are the different type of strategies where you can deploy your Mule application, right?
What is runtime fabric?
Huh? Pardon?
What is the runtime fabric?
Okay, then what is the cloud?
Cloud, you can deploy and anybody can use that with information. Okay, it is not in on-premises and hybrid.
Oh, it is not. Hybrid is also part of a cloud only.
Really? Okay. Maybe I can say the AWS and whatever. Hello.
That is an IaaS, infrastructure as a service. That is different.
Okay.
See, I will tell the difference. Simple. I will tell in one line. Cloud Hub is the name given for the iPaaS, which is created by MuleSoft. Okay, Cloud Hub, right? So if you want to deploy your Mule application on a Cloud Hub, there is a cap. Up to your application, the instance can be deployed on up to 8 VMs only. Okay, there is a cap if you are using a MuleSoft host cloud. At the same time, if you want to increase the capacity or a capability based on the incoming traffic for that application, you can use your private cloud. That is nothing but your runtime fabric. Okay, Understood? Someone asked about runtime fabric
Sujit,
in one line.
Not-
Understood?
yeah, Sujit, what is this on-premise?
We have a separate discussion on that each and every individual. I'm just giving a one-liner of all this. Okay, mule
Okay,
runtime,
so
type of deployment
Okay.
strategies.
no, Sujit, no problem. We will have a discussion on this, right, on in upcoming classes.
Yes, of course.
Yes. Continue. Okay.
Just see, I'm just telling what are applications present. We will have a
Done,
detail,
done.
but runtime
Carry
fabric is not part of our sessions. We'll discuss about these
Okay.
three.
Okay.
We require a private cloud for that. I don't have that, so that is the reason I'm
Why?
not doing.
No. Why I asked that earlier? We discussed only 3. Now you added RTF. No, that's the reason I asked. What is this?
Yes.
Fine, carry on.
See, it is there. Because of I'm not covering. I should not. It's not like I should not tell that point. I should tell that whether I cover or not. Right. So
Yes.
there are deployment strategies. These are the deployment strategies. Okay. Next, one more point here you need to remember. Mule is not for deploying a web applications. Mule runtime is not for deploying a web application. Any reason?
Applications are generally not all in an XML format.
No, that is not.
Okay.
Maybe in production it will be different.
What will be different?
Only it will be used. I mean, in when you go to production, you'll have a mule runtime there. You'll not
Of
have
course,
it.
yes. Definitely, we need to have a Mule runtime to deploy Mule applications. We cannot deploy on any Tomcat or any other.
Yeah, maybe web applications. Maybe web applications generally are different. I mean, .er, .var files.
The containers will be different. Mule containers is designed only to create and deploy Mule applications only.
Okay.
Not for the web applications. Okay.
Okay.
See,
So
when we develop any web
there.
application, we will outsource that integration logic to some third-party vendors like a Mule integration logic. Yes or no? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes or no? Right? When we develop any web application, we will give integration logic to some third-party vendors like a Mule. Now, the web application should communicate with my Mule application. How it will be communicate? How it will communicate? Yes.
Through HTTP listener.
This is web application. This is a Mule application. Two different applications. If my web application want to integrate with my Mule application, want to consume the services present in this Mule application, how?
Through HTTP
Web services.
Very good.
Yeah.
Through, that means this Mule application should expose as a API by using any of the web service. What type of web services we have?
SOAP, REST.
SOAP and REST.
So to describe about a SOAP application, how it is exposed, how it is described.
XML format.
Through WSDL file.
Yeah, there is something called WSDL. To describe about a REST application, do you have any standard format?
RAML.
RAML is not a standard format. We can use a RAML.
XML.
Not XML. No. Any other?
This one?
Equally popular?
Swagger.
Swagger also we can use. Okay. Now, to design in our application, in our program, we are going to design our Mule application as a REST API and we are going to expose it. Right? How to design this RAML? How to design this RAML file? According to the requirements, what you gathered, how you are going to design this RAML file? There is one application called in Mule. There is one application called Design Center, where we can design the APIs. Okay. Mule has given a tool called Design Center, by which we can design APIs. Okay. Now, once you design API, you thought of taking a feedback from a client. How you will take a feedback from a client? How you will give an access of your APIs to the client? Client means external client, is not part of your organization. How can you share your API to the client? Before that, assume that there is your API, whatever you created, you want to share at your organization level only to some other team if they want to use it. First of all, how you will share that API to the person who is in the organization level, at an organization level?
XSD file?
We need to publish this API onto something called, one application called Exchange. We will publish these APIs onto the Exchange, right? This Exchange is for internal purpose. Who are having the same account, they can log into that and they can search and they can use that API. But my requirement is what? I want to share this API to the external client. If he's an internal person, he can access to the Exchange and he can refer. But right now, he want to check or you want to give a feedback by accessing your API. How we will share it? There is one application called Public Portal. Public Portal. From Exchange, you can share onto the Public Portal. Okay, Public Portal. Now, this Public Portal URL will be given to the client. He will go to the API. It's like a catalog. He will take the API and he will search for the API and he will check whether the design is correctly designed or not according to your requirement. Okay, if you want any changes, he will inform to the developers and they will change that according to the requirement, right? So this is how you can get a feedback from a client. Okay, now see, if a client is having some assume that everything is done, that means fine, you have taken a sign off from the client, and once the API is done, what is the next step? What is the next step? Once you design the API, what is the next step?
Exchange.
Exchange.
Deployment.
What
Rest in the flow.
No,
After once in the design center, once you design the API, you will change it. You will move to Exchange, and from there you will move to Public Center.
Portal. Okay, that's fine. My question is, what is the next step once you design it?
We'll expose to.
Okay, you have created an API. API means nothing but specifications. You set up some guidelines. Once you set up some guidelines, what to do?
Okay.
That API should be used by some developers.
Someone should consume this.
Consume. That means what?
Web application.
We need to write some implementations for that API. So how to write the implementations? Way to write the implementations?
Anypoint Studio.
Anypoint Studio. Once you develop your application, where you are going to deploy? On a Mule runtime. Okay. Once the Mule runtime is, you deployed on Mule runtime, is ready to accept the request from the client, right? So this URL will be given to the client, and client send a request to the API and to the application, execute and give some response back. Understood as of now clearly? Yes, no?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I don't want my Mule application to expose directly to the client. And I want to check whether my client is a valid client or not. That means I want to write some security logic, but not on my original Mule application. So how I can validate the incoming request, whether it is coming from the authorized client or not. That means a valid client or not. So what I can do? What I can do?
Security, right?
We need to write some security logic. Where I need to write some security logic to validate? On the original API, on the original application, what we created and where what is running. If I write here, once you send a request, first it hit the API. I don't want that. That is the reason. Before hitting the API, I want to validate. So before only I want to write some security logic. Where I can write? there is one application called API Manager. API Manager, right? So I will ask the API Manager to create a proxy of my original application. Proxy. What do you mean by proxy? What do you mean by proxy?
It's
Decoy.
like a simulator. It's like a simulator. It will
Is it
hide
not a
all
dummy?
Dummy.
Yeah,
Dummy
dummy
one,
as version.
right? So by giving the original implementation URL, I'll ask the API Manager to create a proxy of this. No implementations will be present, but it's a dummy. This proxy also will be having some URL. This URL will be given to the client. My client will send some request to the proxy, to the URL. Now what I need to do, why I created a proxy first of all?
for
I created
hiding
this.
the actual environment.
What is that?
For hiding the actual environment. This is for security.
Yes, to hide the actual environment and to validate the incoming request whether it is coming from the authorized client or not. So I need to write some security logic in the API Manager, right? Behind the scenes everything is an XML. So how to who will read this logic, security logic? There is some thread in background. There is some thread called security interceptor. This thread name is security interceptor. What it will do, at a regular intervals it will pull onto this API Manager and it will check, is there a new policy added? If any new policy added, it will be parse that policy and it will be applied to the proxy. Whenever client send a request, it will validate against the policy. If it is valid, it will hit the original application. Otherwise, from the proxy itself, it is going to throw some exception back to the client. Understood? Understood or not? Right?
Yes.
All these applications are part of one account. What is that account? Anypoint Platform, which is a cloud-based account of MuleSoft. Right? What is the cloud-based account here? Anypoint Platform, right? That is account name. And what is the iPaaS created by MuleSoft? What is the name of the iPaaS?
Said some RTF.
Cloud Hub. What do you mean by iPaaS? What is an iPaaS? What is an iPaaS? Or let's give a try.
Integration plus. Yes.
Infrastructure platform as a service.
Okay, then what is IaaS?
Infrastructure as a service.
This is infrastructure, this is also infrastructure.
Integration.
No. See, this is an infrastructure as a service. What do you mean by
As a
iPaaS?
service, yes.
Huh? Yes, Chandra, Johnny.
I'm hearing first
Integration platform.
IaaS and iPaaS.
Integration platform.
Integration platform as a service. What is the difference between infrastructure and a platform? Internally, my MuleSoft use AWS infrastructure to create a platform. Create a platform. What do you mean by platform? Ready-madely available. The entire infrastructure is ready-madely created by MuleSoft. Only you need to create an application and use that infrastructure and use that platform and you deploy the application. You don't need to create some servers. You don't need to create some infrastructure. Based on the AWS infrastructure, already MuleSoft has created a platform that is nothing but a cloud hub and given to you. Only you need to create application and you can deploy your application onto the cloud hub environment. Okay. So all these are part of Anypoint platform. What is the version of Anypoint Studio we are using? What is the latest version?
4.3.
4.3 is the runtime version.
Okay.
Anypoint Studio, it's an IDE. integrated development environment. If anyone worked on Eclipse IDE, it will be the similar to the Eclipse IDE. Anypoint Studio is also similar to the Eclipse IDE because this Anypoint Studio is developed on top of it by using an Eclipse plugins. Okay, and the latest version is 7.8. We can use 7.5, 7.6, 7.7, and 7.8. Any version. Okay, not beyond this. Okay, right? And can we use 6% of Anypoint Studio for Mule 4? No. Can we use 7 version of Anypoint Studio for Mule 3? No. This 7 Anypoint Studio is 7 only with compatible with the Mule Runtime 4 version. Okay. Any doubts here? What is this entire architecture? This is an architecture of Anypoint platform. Anypoint platform. Right. Yesterday we discussed about an ESB where we write the integration logic in ESBs and all. That means implementations and all. Okay. This is the entire architecture of Anypoint platform, entire SDLC of your Mule application. Can you please the number? I mean, can you please give me the numbering of these applications? How it works in the SDLC? First, once you gather the requirement, what is the next step? Once you gather the requirement, what is the next step?
Design.
Design center.
Design center, designing the APIs. After that, if you want to publish onto the exchange, you can do that, and you want to get a feedback from the client, you can share onto the public portal. Once the sign up is done for your design, what is the next step?
Implementation.
Implementation. Once you write the implementation, what is the next step?
Exchange.
Consume.
Before the implementation only we can do that. Yes.
Consuming implementation after testing, right? I mean, in production, consuming some client.
You told all testing, consuming, production.
No. Testing in the sense, someone should test in production. I mean, someone should consume this.
Before going to the production, we need to test it, right? Yes, sir.
Okay.
That testing can be done by using some framework called MUnit framework. There is some framework called MUnit framework. We have a separate session on that. How to write some test cases of your Mule application. Once the testing is done, then it will go for a deployment on Mule runtime. Either it may be what type of strategy, it's up to you. Deployment strategy, right? Next what?
Then creating proxy and the security.
It's up to you whether you want to, as a API owner, if you want to secure your application, you can create your proxy and write some policies. You can do anything, right? All these scenarios we are going to see practically when I'm going to create a banking application. We are going to create one banking application at the end. In that banking application, we'll have some requirements in a text format. We'll convert that text format into a REST related request, and we are going to configure that in the RAML design, okay, by using a design center. Once you design, we are going to publish onto the exchange. At the same time, we'll share on the public portal. And if the client want to feel as if he's getting the original data, we can give the sample data also for the API while developing stage to make feel to the client as if he is getting the original data. Client is an external person. He don't know what is the logic we have written. How he can understand if we send a request and if he's getting some response in his own structured format according to the requirement, and he will be satisfied, right? So we'll give some sample data and we'll see what are the fragments. Well, I mean, the fragments are nothing but a reusable assets of an organization. So we'll see that, and we'll publish your API also out to the exchange. As a client, how can I access the API from the public portal? I will be acting as a dual role, and I will showing that as a API owner and as a client, right? Next step. What is the next step? After designing the API, next I will write up managing the API. Managing means how to secure your API by creating a proxy and creating the policies, and that's it. We will create some policies and we will evaluate the incoming request of the client. Right? All these things we will see in a banking application which I'm going to create at the end. So don't get confused, guys. From tomorrow onwards, we are going to start with the practical scenarios of the first program. So first 15 sessions, we will be talking about the implementations. That means how to write as a developer, how to write the code based on the incoming requirement. So based on the requirement, how we are going to write your Mule application. First, we will concentrate on different type of strategies, different type of integrations. And once you're done with the transformation, exception and everything, then last 3-4 sessions will concentrate on these APIs. Okay, and the actual step is what? In SDLC, first we need to design. Right? In our training program, is initially itself, if I show about RAML, entire program will talk about RAML only. That means it will take that much of time. So I don't want to do that first. My policy is, my strategy is, first we'll talk about the implementations. Once you are familiar with the implementation, then I will talk about entire Mule SDLC. Right from gathering the requirement, design, then development, then testing, then deployment, and writing some policies. So this entire life cycle we are going to do it again. The implementation part which we have shown already, we are not going to show it again. So because already 16 to 17 sessions we are concentrating on the implementation part only. Okay, don't get confused here. Everything I'm going to use as a postman as a client. Once you give a requirement, according to this requirement, how we are going to write the implementations in your Mule application, we are going to see. Everything is a requirement based. Okay. Any questions? Okay. So who and all are confirmed for these sessions? I will be sharing one documents with you right now. Okay. Please have a look. I mean, please check your mail IDs once. I'm just sharing. So I'm just sharing to Jani, Chandrasekhar, Srinivas, and Muruswamy as of now. And Mike, can you please send your mail ID here on the chat box?
Yeah, sure.
And Mona, I didn't get the confirmation for you. So I mean, still since it's your first session, once I get a confirmation, I will be sending that recordings at the same time, documents also. Taufik, in the afternoon batch, I already given to you, no?
No, sir.
I mean, Raghavendra might have shared with you.
Yes, that 3.6 GB file, sir.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, got it. Thanks.
Got it?
Yes, sir, got it.
Yeah. Anyone here apart from Beam? I'm going to share with you after that. After call with Pradeep.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
So
Yeah, fine.
I'm just sending the name with the docs. Please check your mail ID, guys. 5 people.
Got it, Sujit.
Got it?
Yeah, I received it.
Okay. So just download and keep it ready by tomorrow. That's it. I will tell you how to set up AnyPoint Studio and everything. I will be teaching it to you. Okay. That's all from my end for today. Beam, can you please send me your mail ID?
Yes, sir.
Chat box. Okay. Thank you. That's all from my end for today.